eyes of one of its finest visual storytellers. Through the Lens is back. Bigger, bolder, more compelling than ever before this August 7th, 2026. Witness the defining moments that shaped our nation from the
A very good afternoon, and thank you so much for keeping it NBS Television. Always welcome to NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansime. Now, following what it describes as a strong showing in the recently concluded
One, I am at the Electoral Commission of the National Resistance Movement here along Chadondo Road, and of course there is a rigorous program that has been set out by the chairperson of the NRM Electoral Commission, that is Dr. Tango Doi, who reiterates that the nomination for NRM flag bearers is going to be starting tomorrow, Friday the 31st of July 2026. And it's on this note that I welcome Dr. Tanga. It's always a privilege having you on NBS, by the way.
Thank you very much.
First, paint a picture for us on the roadmap starting from tomorrow in the nominations of
I want to inform the country that the NRM party has scored overwhelmingly in the LOC1 election with 71.6% for 7%. We have so far won in 51,093 villages, representing 71.7%. The independents, most of them NRM leaning, have won in 13,861 villages, which represents 19.5%. The other political parties, meaning NUP, UPC, DP, all those clusters, have won in 3,971 villages, representing 5.6%. And there are also pending villages which have not voted. The National Electoral Commission has set Saturday, 1st August, and those villages are 2,289. First of all, I want to thank the NRM fraternity and the NRM Secretariat for having a robust team on every aspect, having a robust team on the ground, and our structures up to the village level for mobilizing so well to ensure that we actually have command of all the villages.
Let's get to the LC2 elections, because we cannot even independently verify the facts that he's giving us. According to the Electoral Commission, these are provisional results from the NRM. But let's go on to the LC2 elections. We are starting the roadmap tomorrow.
Well, the roadmap starts with primaries for LC2. NRM Electoral Commission calls upon all its staff at parish level, supervised by the sub-county registrars and the district registrars, to conduct primaries in all the parishes of Uganda. What does it mean? It means all the successful NRM chairpersons in the villages that constitute a parish come together in a parish and they identify one of their own who should be NRM and should have won to become a member who will contest for LC2 chairperson. How does it happen? Every LC1 chairperson has now made a government of 11 people, 11 positions, 11 offices. Those 11 offices include the chairman, the vice chairman, who shall also be secretary for children, the general secretary, secretary for information, education and mobilization, secretary for publicity, secretary for finance, secretary for production, the chairperson of the youth council, the chairperson of women council in the village, the chairperson of the PWD in the village, the chairperson of the older persons. All those 11 will come to a parish tomorrow. If, for example, Kisoko sub-county, Kisoko parish has Kisoko parish has 6 villages. All those villages have chairpersons, and the chairperson has his team. He comes with the 11 to the parish, and out of that, they agree on one person to be a chairperson of a parish. So we are doing primaries tomorrow. The National Electoral Commission wants them to be nominated on 3rd. Women Council the same on 3rd, and election will be for Women Council on 7th August and LC2 10th August.
Because of time, Doctor, there are some villages that did not carry out the LC1 elections. What is the roadmap in terms of the NRM? When are we going to have these primaries for these
villages? Parishes which have villages which have not completed election shall not participate in primaries tomorrow. They'll wait for those villages to have their primaries on Saturday first, and have the election on Saturday first, and they'll have NRM primaries on 2nd, which is Sunday. But all must be done before 3rd.
That is Dr. Tango Doi, who is the Electoral Commission boss here at the National Resistance Movement. I'll be giving you more details and also interrogate some of the allegations that he's making on the numbers that they continue to win. That and much more after this short commercial break.
Well, thank you so much there, Edgar Matthew Karhanga. We will have more on that story in our subsequent bulletins. But moving on, the extraordinary summit of the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia, AWESOM troop contributing countries, enters its 2nd day in Kampala, with defense ministers meeting to deliberate on the mission's future, regional security and efforts to sustain stability in Somalia ahead of the Heads of State Summit on Friday. On this story, we're joined by Adam Mayambala, who joins us from Munyonyo. Adam, what kind of commitments are we seeing from the member states?
Good afternoon to you, Tracy. Just like you mentioned, I'm coming to you live from Speak Resort, Munyonyo, where the discussions are about Somalia and peacekeeping in that country. And what is happening behind me, just in the background, is a closed-door meeting between ministers of defense from the troop contributing countries. That is Djibouti, we have Kenya, we have Uganda, we have Burundi, and of course Egypt. Those are the troop contributing countries in the AWESOM, which is now the 3rd peacekeeping mission away from the AMSOM that we had in 2007, where Uganda contributed troops. That ended in 2022, and then the ATMIS was launched, that also was concluded in 2024. And now we have the AWESOM, which is the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia. So the ministers of defense are here in this summit. It's a 3-day summit which started yesterday by the Chief of Defense Forces of these troop contributing countries, and they were able to deliberate on a lot of issues. But the CDF of this country,
is
Today's day two, and the ministers of defense in those troop contributing countries, the different countries that are sustaining peace in Somalia, are here to also deliberate on a number of issues. And then tomorrow, what will be happening is the heads of summit, the heads of state of those different countries that will be able to come to also close this summit. And we expect the president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to be here or be represented in that regard. But one of the key challenges or the key highlights that are coming in from this summit is the financing gap that is faced by the member states. So the Minister of Defense, Chiro Chiwanuka, was here addressing the congregation that comprises of the African Union, the United Nations, and the different delegates that I've mentioned. And the key issue is the financing. How are they going to sustain the peacekeeping mission in Somalia? Because of course, it requires a lot of money, a lot of resource mobilization, and so many and the like. So they are there to chart a way forward on how they can sustain peace there, but most importantly, the finances that can enable them to sustain peace in Somalia, and how they can solve the political question there, because he stated it that the guns and the enforcement there cannot ensure lasting peace in Somalia, but they have to solve the political question, the socio-economic question in Somalia, to be able for that country to stand on its wing again in Africa. So, Tracy, more details will be coming your way in our subsequent bulletins, especially Live at 9.
Well, thank you so much. Adam Mayambara there joining us from Speak Resort, Munyonyo. The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development has become the first government entity to appear before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee to respond to queries in the Auditor General's report for the 2024-2025 financial year. The committee is examining the ministry's use of public funds and implementation of key programs in the energy and minerals sector. We take a moment to check in with Parliament's committee sessions, and these are the proceedings.
You procured. Because I think among the work plans, among the things you have to do is to make those procurements for the assets. Now, there is no way you're going to tell us that you bought the assets. This man was saying it was fictitious, and now is proving it right. You cannot say you bought those assets when you had only procurements of 26 billion. And there you had 171 billion.
Yeah, there's even a debt of 71 billion.
Even 71 billion, that is also fictitious. So, you have spent 241 billion on one hand. You cannot show how you procured the services. And kindly take these matters a bit more serious than the way you're trying to handle. You'll make us make a bad recommendation.
Honorable Chair. Yes, Honorable. Thank you for this opportunity, Honorable Chair. Before he responds, I think he also needs to give us information about the 80% which they are saying is donor-funded projects. Don't we plan for the donor-funded projects? Do they just fall like manna from heaven? Honorable Chair, we need to have that plan also. If they say it is not captured on the EGP, at least it is captured on some piece of paper. Let them submit to us the piece of paper which they have, which they should have submitted to the auditor, and they did not at the time.
Thank you.
And interestingly, Honorable Chair, they said this is for electricity distribution, access. And this is the problem that the whole country is grappling with, including my district. And yours, Honorable Chair. I was told in the mining areas of Kasanda, Honorable Chair, that the people who are operating small businesses there pay, is it 3,000 per a light like this to serve them on a daily basis. So you can imagine how much money they lose in paying for that, and those who cannot raise that money cannot work extra hours. So, Honorable Chair, we need to have accountability of that 80%.
Madam PS, you are aware that my line in Kasanda has been down since you closed the REA. And you've always said procurement since 2018. And here we are. The man is sleeping on the job like a general said. The man who is supposed to do procurement is sleeping on job. But all these members, their constituencies have not been served. There is, you are aware that we are paying about 29 billion in deemed energy? Is it more than that? Not anymore? Don't lie, sir. Don't lie. We are paying a lot of money for electricity that has not been utilized. For you, you're supposed to do the procurements to supply the electricity. Geno said you're sleeping on the job, and they need to wake up.
What I wanted actually to advise when I hear the debate, things are in this office, that office. The new spirit should be, once you communicate, this person is not in heaven. You are supposed to work as one government. This excuse of saying it's the other department which let us down, really we need to start disabusing ourselves of that. And if we do that, we shall not be having many queries. Because the Accountant General lives on Kampala Road. You find Minister of Energy is on Kampala.
The proceedings from the Parliament's committee session on energy continue on NBS Live. Go ahead and download Afro Mobile and follow the proceedings. Now moving on, Rwanda District Local Government is holding its first council sitting for the 2026 to 2031 term, with members expected to establish key standing and sectoral committees. The committees will be responsible for overseeing various district programs and activities throughout the 5-year term. The sitting is part of efforts to strengthen governance and the structures while also improving coordination in service delivery across the district. Rukia Nantaba joins us from Rwanda. Rukia, very good afternoon. Many thanks for joining us. Let's get into what the priority areas will be for the next 5 years.
A very good afternoon, Tracy, and a dear viewer of NBS Live at 1. Like you've stated it, Tracy, we are talking matters of Rwanda District first ever council in this very term of 2026 and 2031. But the key priorities in this very council sitting is to ensure that the leaders, specifically the councillors, do extend service delivery through working together as leadership from the top. Those are the MPs that include the Rwanda District Woman Member of Parliament, Nizima Evelyn Chikafunda, Bruce Baraba, the MP for Rwanda West, as well as Henry Musasizi, who is the Rwanda East MP. The issue of service delivery and working together through the entire term was the key point in this very council session. But with me on set is the Rwanda Woman Member of Parliament, that is Nizima Evelyn Chikafunda. In her key address to the councillors of this very district, she emphasized on the issue of working together, ensuring that the leaders from the topmost notch, they do work together in ensuring that the local person in Ufundi, in Hamura, is given service delivery that they are supposed to deliver. Honorable, you're live on NBS. We heard you emphasizing on the issue of these leaders to work together. What does it mean for leaders in Rwanda District to work together in this 5-year term?
Thank you very much. I'm Evelyn Nzima, the Woman Member of Parliament for Rwanda District. What an honor it was to attend the first council meeting with the Rwanda councillors. Yes, it's for a fact that the president has been very categorical that this term is stand and no sleep, and we must attain the tenfold economy, whereby we must attain the $500 billion economy, and this can only be attained if the local council leaders work hand in hand with the national leaders, that is the MP. So definitely coming to the first council meeting was to remind the councillors that for us to attain any progress, any good services, the councillors must do their role. Oversight, monitoring, and ensuring the PDM funds, which the president is so keen about, to ensure that no more local person, succeeds, are put to task and to the actual work.
One of the key issues that has arrived in this very meeting after your address was the issue of Kabale Lake Bunyonyi Road, which has stalled for now months. We are almost entering a year, and the rainy season is here. The councillors raised an issue that this road may greatly affect specifically the tourism sector. As an MP for this very area, how will you address this matter on the floor of Parliament?
Thank you very much. It's true that Kabale Bunyonyi Road is not being worked on, and I'm very glad that Honorable Eliab Mpodera raised the issue in the floor of Parliament, and the Prime Minister did direct the Minister of Works to ensure works resume on that road. And I'm very positive that the government will definitely do its work and ensure that road, begins, the works begin as soon as possible, because since the president wants us to attain the $500 billion economy, that road is major. It is a tourist road, and which will definitely bring income, to the government of Uganda and Rwanda and Kabad and Kigezi at large.
Okay, Tracy, you've heard from the woman member of parliament for Rwanda district, that is Nsima Evelyn Chikafunda, who emphasizes that there is need for these leaders to closely work together in this 5-year term of office in ensuring that the Rwanda people in Bufundi, in Hamura, in Hamhambo accesses service delivery equally if these leaders do work together. The other issue is the Kabalele-Bunyonyi road that has stalled. The works are the project has stalled for some months now, and as NBS we shall ensure that we do bring you details of this council session as Rwanda district takes center stage in advocating for service delivery. Let me take back to you at the political command center, Tracy.
Many thanks, Rukia Nantaba, and of course a good afternoon to the people of Rwanda. We will be taking a very short break, but a reminder of what our other platforms are currently showing. Now, NBS Live continues with the Park Committee as energy officials interface with the committee there, while NBS Sport continues with Lunchtime Sport, Fifi, Pinky, and Stuart with all of the analysis you need in the world of sport. NBS Music with the DJ Live Mix also currently happening. If you haven't already, again, I remind you, you go ahead and download the app from mobile so you don't miss anything. We will be taking a very short break. NBS Live at 1 returns shortly with many more stories.
I drink a rock boom, I dance, dance. Nenye silver baka, I win it double. Boom chiki, boom chakala. Win it double.
Boom Chakala is back with double energy. Grab a rock boom or silverback energy. Check under the cap. What you see is what you win. Rock boom, energy for winners.
August 2026 is here! And Yada for Life presents Mujadu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition on Saturday 29th August 2026 at Imperial Royal Hotel with a lineup of heavenly voices and ministers. Are you grateful to God for what He has done and accomplished in your life? Do you have a reason to ultimately thank God for? Get your deluxe ticket for 30K, gold for 50K, platinum for 100K, and the table at 2 million. Doors open at 4 p.m. Buy your ticket at Unique Uniforms, Uganda House, and at House of Rest, former Fidodido. For bookings and reservations, call 0760-595-316 or 0708-766-536. Mujetu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition, and proudly sponsored by Yuga Tunes, Afro Mobile, Yuka TV, and NBS Music.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon. And the child is Ani Tuliahewa Esther.
Kambera gwete kwa mchisha ishe watu yahewa Esther wahangura school fees ngeni na hateja shana amashemero kwa gonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyegasta igana kaga ni 5 sta manana 0 hash shashuro mwana school fees tokoma nyo muchisheri zagwijo wanje ninga nchaka nkubasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga.
Reggae live in concert at Kolo Airstrip. Namusambu August. Chefura chigenda kubera. Chomwa. Get ready for the biggest Ugandan show. Mustaria Kikompola. Waguru Matara. Screen, stage, ne sound. Ngabiona. The Phenom Records. Singem tuare satwe. Arebadi ngo konsamomo. Emitware biri. Lejem tuare tan. Arebadi ngo gzekumomo. Emitware satu. Emeze yabantu mukage milioni 2. Yabantu munana ya milioni 3. Niga kamunyenye mu mukage 5 kamnyenye 2-0. Otunga tiketi yawe. Reiji. Yata hawasan Uganda namani. Hati ninyetabe mara. Hababushenyi. Igara. Yantonde. Habeibanda. Rukunjiri. Muije murebo mwana wanyu nachitera. Nach Honda. No shotwagara mwebyani byanywa mate. Ebishagara. Ebishapa stacking. Koranyenye. Kolo Airstrip. Musambu August. Bitegekedwa. Abitex Promotions.
Too many ads? Expensive subscription? You deserve better. An artist, thousands of plays, but nothing to show for it. This ends now. Introducing Yuga Tunes, the new home of your favorite music on Afro Mobile. Listeners, stream your favorite songs ad-free at no cost. Artists, earn from every stream. Withdraw your royalties anytime from as low as 20,000 Uganda shillings. This is music that pays off. This is music that belongs to you. Yuga Tunes, your sound, your stage, your reward.
Remember the songs that made you sing, the moments that made you dance, the voice that captured a generation. Now, Grace Nachimera is back on stage. Join us for the Power of Grace Live Concert, a spectacular evening celebrating the music, the memories, the journey, and the incredible voice that has inspired audiences for years. Friday, 11th September 2026 at Kampala Serena Hotel. Early bird tickets 130,000 shillings, ordinary 150,000 shillings, and tables 3 million shillings. The Power of Grace Concert is sponsored by
Welcome back. You are still watching NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansime. Now, Toro Kingdom has launched a campaign to revamp Fort Portal Public Library, a historic facility that has served generations of readers. The initiative will involve renovating the library, adding new bookshelves, restocking reading materials, and establishing a heritage section to preserve Toro's history and culture. Kingdom officials say partners have already contributed 6 million shillings towards the project. Julius Nabimanya, our bureau chief, is in the area to share with us details of this project. Julius?
Portal City Public Library we are talking about that has been here for the last 63 years, a very historical structure but in dilapidated situation. This is now the time the Toro Kingdom has come out to restore this historical structure. I want to speak to the spokesperson of Toro Kingdom, Vincent Mkume Arari, to tell us their plan about this structure. Well, welcome, sir. We are live on NBS.
Thank you, Julius, for coming.
How important is this structure and why now?
This structure is a center of reference. It's a point of reference for the people of Toro and the world at large, and also it's a center of knowledge where people come and seek knowledge, do reference, and check out the history of different issues that they would want to know about the world and Toro in particular.
So what are your plans for this structure? What do you want to do here?
As a kingdom, we are moving out, stepping out to mobilize all people of Toro, the friends of Toro, to ensure we put back to life this public library. It's a historical library in this kingdom, and as the leadership, we have to improve its standards, ensure that the books that are here are up to standard. We need to ensure proper condition so that people can come in and seek knowledge, to know about their country, to know about their kingdom, and get reference on different topics that I would want to know.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister of Toro, Calvin Armstrong, has just left here 6 million and promised to add more money. Do you think that is enough, or what budget are you looking at?
Well, as you can see, the entire structure needs a total overhaul. As a kingdom, this is the first step that you're taking, but you are appealing to all people of goodwill, friends of Toro, and also the government to step in and ensure that this library is renovated, and we put in books that have not been in this library, and also people who have literature to come up and share this literature with the library so that people can come in and read books, get to know more about their kingdom and about their country.
Thank you so much, Vincent Mugume, for sparing your time to speak to us live on NBS, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That is it, and that is the efforts the kingdom is taking to have this structure renovated. And that is it from Fort Portal, back to you at the Police Command Center.
Many thanks there, Julius Navimanya. Now, preparations are in high gear at the historic Bamutoto Cultural Grounds in Mbale City ahead of Saturday's official start of the 2026 Imbalu circumcision season, with workers racing against time to complete the venue as thousands of initiates, culture enthusiasts, dignitaries and tourists prepare to converge for one of Uganda's most celebrated cultural festivals. Mbale has geared up for the Imbalu inauguration as cultural festival returns to Bumutoto. Now, we are joined by General Tembo to share with us just what the preparations look like, but also what is the mood in terms of the people of Bamasaba.
Ahead of the will be circumcised, but like it is supposed to be a process, and today we have just witnessed the flag off of the. I'm joined by the cultural head, one of the cultural leaders here in Inzimasaba, the head of culture, Moses Croy, to tell us about the process and some of the activities that have been taken off here. We have had the first drum, the Karodi, for this season, starting today after the boys have been prepared and taken through some processes or rituals of beginning the process of circumcision. You're welcome on NBS, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, what the activity of today?
Yes.
Can you tell us what has been going on here, explaining to us what it means and how it leads to the final activity of fast?
What has been taking place here today is what has been happening every even year for circumcision. That before we reach the climax today, we begin with what you have just witnessed here by painting the candidates with yeast after conducting the oracle, and then empower them and prepare them for the day they will be circumcised. You know, they have been rehearsing through practicing. You know, we prepare them for facing the ordeal on fast. Something so painful that you cannot just play around with, and you must be prepared enough to harden yourself, and then you know that you are going to face it. And traditionally, this is what we do. Culturally, this is what we do. The elders said, and then contacted the oracle, and the oracle opened it for us all that now you can now lead these boys to prepare for circumcision on that day. Those who are weak, then they are saved through. The oracle says this one should not. As for today, here we are launching there are 5 to launch on circumcising them on Saturday first. Okay, and that's what I've just said.
Okay. So Tracy, what has happened today? The chairman of Imbalu organization has said Moses Kutoyi, he has been signing of the final contract by the candidates. We saw them going to the stream to take water, and then they poured in a pot containing some.
Well, we will be getting more on this story in our subsequent bulletins. The government has issued a 21-day ultimatum to Jill Construction Company to complete delayed roadworks in Makindia's Sabagabo division in Wakiso district. The 2 projects funded under the World Bank and supported by the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Program have fallen behind schedule despite an 18-month timeline. The State Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Kabyecho Fatogabye, issued the warning during an inspection.
What is the work? Here there's nothing.
Yes, actually we did some planning.
We did, that is now
Just
past
recently.
tense.
Just recently.
Past tense. Now what is the current tense? We
current
did,
tense.
what are we doing now? Can we say we are doing this? Now I want to hear that current tense.
We are committed to do the AC in the next 4 days. Sir.
Where is it? Where?
There's a
Which side?
just here. This
Today I'm on this road called Chibirigangu Kavuma. It's one of our roads. It's measuring about 5 kilometers. And it's one of the projects we are doing, the 4 projects we are doing in Makinde Sabagabo. My intention was on this road because it's a new contract, and another old road which I expect to be handed over in September. So from here, I want to go to the other road and Jill, because those are the 2 projects which are and most of the work has been held because of 3 things. One, there is a culvert crossing somewhere down, a box culvert. There's a channel which needed some bit of time. Now the good thing, they have now casted the box culvert, so they are now finalizing, they are doing stone laying and so on. Then the second problem they have is about this utility relocation. The subcontractor is a bit delayed. We provided for some little money, and unfortunately when they called for bids, people are way almost 4 times the money provided for, because it's less than 500 million. People are in billions and billions. We told them no, let's revisit a bit and we see. And then the water is now moving on. Where we got the subcontractor who is relocating the water, and that is the temporary water relocation you're seeing. And I've instructed the contractor. I've given him 1 week to ensure that all facilities have been provided with access. And they told me they are working on it.
That particular story brings us to the end of NBS Live at 1. For more on these stories, do join us in our subsequent bulletin, starting with our 4:30 news updates, later NBS Amasenge J at 7 and NBS Live at 9. My name is Tracy Kansime. Do stay with us because next is Lunchtime Sport with Fifi Pinky and Stuart. Good afternoon.